All right, so now that we got our machine positioned on the trailer, we're gonna start securing. Right away, we gotta recognize that this is a piece of heavy equipment. Remember the 3 T's. If it's on tires or tracks and it weighs more than 10,000 pounds, it automatically needs at least 4 securements. This also has a boom, so we're gonna have at least 1 securement for that. The bill of lading is showing this machine closer to 36,000 pounds. So it's going to need more than just the 4 3/8. 4 3/8 chains carries me to 26,400 pounds. In this case, this machine is above that. So I'm gonna have at least 2 more chains on top of that, with 6 chains total and something for the boom. I want to identify where the securement points are on these machines. Now, depending on the brand and the model, sometimes they do vary. But a lot of times excavators are gonna have their securement points in the middle between the tracks, and this one has that, so we're gonna use those. We wanna look around for these stickers. These stickers are gonna tell us where the securement points are. So in this case, we've got 2 on this end, and we're gonna use that. This excavator also has some securement holes up in the center that we could additionally use if we need. So on this end of the machine, I plan to do an X or a cross chain. And I want to identify the D-rings that are on the RGN. The D-rings are my main points of contact for a securement device. I can also use these cutouts here, just a little bit behind that. So we'll probably end up using both of those. But right now I'm going to use this D-ring as my primary point. All right, so 1 chain down. Now I'm gonna do the same thing going the opposite way. When I'm considering securement points on the side of the trailer, especially with RGNs, I don't wanna use the outriggers as a securement point. The outrigger is not meant as a securement point. It's simply meant to help make your trailer wider if that's what's needed. So we're gonna skip those today. All right, so we've got the 2 cross chains done on this end. Probably go to the other end now, do the X chains over there, and then come back and see where we're gonna add those 2 additional chains. Again, depending on the model of the excavator, you may wanna do additionals on the end. Sometimes you can do them on the sides or in the middle of the track. Sometimes they have securement points there also. So now we've got the 4 chains on, 2 at the back, 2 at the front. That checks us off as far as the heavy equipment is concerned. But we still have to do more because of the weight of this machine. So when we're gonna add the last 2 chains onto this, pulling rearward in this case, I wanna use these securement points, but if we notice the hook, even on a 5/16 chain, is too big to fit through. One option would be to take the hook off the chain, run the chain through and put the hook back on, or this is a good opportunity to use a shackle. So shackles get added to the cargo, and then we can connect our chain to that shackle. And our last step for securement on this excavator is going to be throwing a strap for the boom. Typically, I want to locate this strap as low as possible. Don't go up over the top. There's no benefit to doing that. Plus, there's hydraulic lines up there. We're going to stay low on the boom, just going across the trailer from one side to the other. So we just completed our strap running through the boom. Now this boom is kind of nice because it actually has a little securement point at the bottom, so we use that. We could have cut through here also, using some padding underneath that strap just to protect the machine against any damage. The boom is secured separately in order to complete the heavy equipment requirements. The heavy equipments require that any hydraulic accessory be lowered and secured. So in this case, having the boom here, we want to lower it down basically to the trailer, putting some board in between first, and then securing it to the trailer. All right, so on this end of the machine, we also have a blade. Technically, it moves on hydraulics. So again, we lowered it against the board from before, and we did add 2-inch strap over the top. So just to recap on our securement of this machine, we've got 2 3/8 chains on each end to make 4, and then we've got 2 5/16 also in the back, pulling back, that makes 6. Additionally, we've got a strap over each blade. The 6 chains and the 2 straps totaled up covers for the weight of the machine. So if we were to get stopped at a scale or anything, we would not get a violation. All right guys, so that completes our video on excavators. If you have any additional questions, reach out to your DM or the cargo securement team.